Hello. So today I labeled this live stream Danger Will Robinson. There was a show, I think, back in the 70s, maybe late 70s, called Lost in Space. There's been a reboot of it, which is actually pretty good, like on Netflix or something like that. But I think the title of this stream is appropriate. And here's what I mean by Danger Will Robinson. Again, I'm in my truck. It's in the evening, not drinking coffee as usual, drinking a regular beverage. So let's get into it. You've got to learn to trust your gut when it comes to investing in real estate. I certainly believe that and hold that to be a truth. So if you're interviewing a potential tenant and for whatever reason, your gut is telling you to pass, to pause, to proceed cautiously, please don't ignore those warning signs. Here's why. When you ignore them, like I have done, sometimes you find out that you should have trusted your gut, and you find yourself telling you, hey, moron, don't jump. Should have hit the pause button. Should have passed on this candidate. Don't ignore those red flags. Don't ignore those indicators. Let's talk about one of those, a few strange indicators, red flags, that not very many, I would dare say I haven't heard any real estate investor talk about this one, which is if a potential tenant doesn't have voicemail set up where you can leave them a message on their cell phone, my gosh, let that be a strong sign that you should pass on them. That seems so trivial. It seems a little, but I think there's merit in it. I have to talk to handymen all day long, plumbers, roofers, AC guys, carpenters, you name it. Talking to them all the time because I have 12 properties and I'm not very handy. I've got to hire guys to do things for me. And if I am corresponding with somebody via text or whatever, if we're playing phone tag and I call their number and there's not voicemail set up, that's a red flag. Or if their voicemail inbox is full, that even may be a more egregious sign to pass on said handyman or contractor, to pass on potential tenant. There's someone that doesn't know how to manage their time, that has so much drama going on in their life, they can't empty their inbox, or for whatever reason, just don't think it's important enough to say, hi, please leave me a message. So take that as a warning sign. I certainly do. In fact, I have even told not potential tenants, but guys that I need to hire to fix this or that when something goes wrong at one of my rentals. Hey, why don't you have voicemail? And then I pause and I listen. Every now and then the answer is funny and we laugh and maybe I give the person a second chance. But if they don't have a really clever, funny answer, I pass on them. The guys that I have passed on over the years, countless years, I so want to share that with him. Hey, moron, set up voicemail. That might help your business. But I don't take it upon myself. Perfect strangers advice like that. So usually just shake my head and realize another clueless individual that probably isn't enjoying much success in their life. Hate to pass judgment on them, but that's the conclusion I draw. So, no voicemail or inbox that's too full. Danger, Will Robinson. And again, that's very unsophisticated, untraditional, unconventional, and unorthodox advice from me, this investor, that you probably won't hear anywhere else. All right. One other thing I'll mention real quickly is I actually had a back to warning signs. If you have a potential tenant that sounds desperate, let that be a red flag. If you have somebody begging you, please let me rent your house. Please, I've got the money. I'll take possession tonight. Where can I send the money? Let that be a huge warning sign. Read between the lines. When I hear that, now that I've been doing this a long time, I realize this poor individual who I barely know on a very superficial level probably has some real drama going on in their lives, probably is running from something. You don't want that person as a tenant. You're going to invite problems into your space by welcoming someone who's ready to take possession just like that. So if you hear a true sense of urgency by someone, pause. If they seem to be in a frantic, hurried state, pause, pass on them. Have compassion? Sure. I've heard some desperate stories from some desperate individuals running from trouble, running from what sounded like dangerous circumstances. I can't be their savior. Neither should you. And you don't want to invite danger, invite real difficulties into your life. So say a prayer for those people. Absolutely. Prayer is important. Wish them the best, but don't invite that what sounds to be trouble into your space. No matter how bad you need a tenant, don't do it. I made that mistake once and lived to regret it. I also had an individual just send me money. I thought, gosh, what the heck's going on? Then I never heard from him. Thank God I'd never give him a key. And I thought, wow, this is an early Christmas for me. This person must have been in real peril. Months later, I can't remember all the specifics because it happened so many years ago, but I got like a email, I think it was, saying, can you please send that money that I gave you to this out-of-state address? I did the right thing. I sent the money back. I probably should have just blown them off and said, thanks for the money. Thanks. I think it was about $700. That ain't chump change. I did the right thing. I sent it back. I mailed the check back to this person. And I realized, man, that was a blessing in disguise that they didn't take possession of my house. That was somebody in a horrible situation and needing rescue, and I could not be that life preserver for that individual. So, Danger Real Robinson, hope this is insightful. Know that I have made this mistake, and that's why I'm sharing this with you. And until next time, peace.